Hello guys, this is Peter speaking. I'm glad to see you on my channel today. In the free form I will tell you about something in my life that was earlier on in the present time. So, it is not maybe interesting because I'm totally unknown to the most of the auditory, but I will try. It is really hard to record some video with many scenes with montage, so I will try to do my best and will record this with only single double. I don't know how to say that because English is not my native language, but I need to practice and I will do in such a terrible form. Also, I don't have a scenario what to talk about, but I think I should take a chance to maybe tell my story, maybe tell about my worries and problems. It could be not interesting to the most of auditory, but I think it's time to do that. So the first problem is that in September and in the rest of the autumn months I feel not well. It is not like something as we call spring or fall disaster, mental unwell in Russian, весеннее или осеннее обострение. But I like the spring because the spring, it is the time when I was born, and at that time I feel not myself, I feel much more better, and I feel like energetic, and I could do much, but not in that time. The second problem is the problem which every person could conclude, could try hard, something some kind of problems of work. Despite I am a cerebral palsy man, so I have a spastic diplegia. I don't know how to say that properly. I have one official work or job place and two unofficial, but the salary on that places is really low, and I don't know. I am not such a famous person like Nick Vucic. I do not have any agents to help me, and maybe I have some behavior problems, like I don't know, maybe infantile or somehow, but I don't know how to build my career further, because I choose not a very but really hard profession, the profession of a teacher, and I in one step of graduate to be a highly trained, in quote marks, highly educated pedagogician of English and German language. Of course, I know English language, maybe not in a fluent way, but in a way that is enough to explain myself, and that is enough to teach some junior students some basic skills. I don't know, but I I tried and did my best when it was possible to travel abroad some years ago, when I was in Greece and on Rhodes Isle and on Crete Isle. Our family is not very rich, but at that time there were no such crises like we have today in present time, and it were possible to buy a ticket to keep some money and buy a ticket to some warm places like Rhodes or Crete Island or Turkey, like Antalya or another. And maybe 3 times in my life I was bathing in a sea. I saw the sea in its own beauty, and it was really perfect, but I cannot swim without a safe jacket. But it was really perfect to be at such a beautiful place like the sea coast of Adriatic and Aegean, I think Aegean Sea. And it was really good to have it was not a vacation, but 2 week let's call it vacation, okay, a 2 week vacation on the coast of the sea, and take a sunbath on the beach and drink some cocktails and talk to the, maybe not to the native speakers, but those who don't understand my native language. And it was like a miracle, because at that time I thought that my vocabulary, my skills were really low, and I could not just understand other people who talk on a different language. But the factor of the sphere took place, and I had no had no choice but only to talk with the words I had. And I talked and talked and talked, and I took part in some I forgot this word, in Spanish is divertido, some fun activities with animators, like karaoke evenings and some bingo fests and some quizzes. And it was really shocking, because when I sang a song like Wind of Change of group Scorpions, the whole hotel knew me next day, and the animator asked me to do that again. But it was really terrible. But when I just went up to the stage, it was really good, and the crowd and the people who were there just lighted their lighters and handed intact of the melody. It was really great, and since that time I believed in my skills. I understood that I could use my abilities, that I could use my talents in this. Despite on the fact I'm a cerebral palsy man, and I cannot do much of the things, I think I'm a valuable person, so I could just do the light of education in those heads who just needs love and support, and I think I could do good for them, because when I talk to the younger children, they just asked me, Peter, why do you know so much? And I answer them always, I just read a lot. Yes, the reading is my second passion, but when you try to combine the work, the primary work, the secondary works, the part-time jobs, yes, it is really difficult to read a paper book, but it is my it is really my joy to take a book from the shelf, open it, maybe lie on the sofa, maybe sit near the desk and just drawn into the events, drawn into the plot of the book, and it is really good. It just empties the brain, empties my mind from some problems, from some worries. Oh, I'm sorry. Caught a flu. So it's really good for me to read a good book. And the last book I just read, it was about a man who lived all his life in a taiga, in the wild forests near the border of China and Russia, and a famous Russian expeditioner Asentiev, who was a geographician and natural explorer, met him and just tried to relocate him into some not suburban, how to say this, in the city of St. Petersburg, but this man just died of the burden of walls and the burden of the laws of the world that was alien to him, and just died. This book name is Dersu Uzala, and there were a film. I don't know in what year it was shot. It was inspired by this book. So if you want to know more about this story, just read this book, or watch the film. It is really interesting. It is not about the one person, but it is about the life and connection and between different tribes and people of China, of small tribes who were inhabited that places, and it is really interesting how did the group of that expeditioner just tried to follow their route, and about hardships they had there and other. So it is really interesting. Now, what I want to do, I don't think this something like a diary would be useful, but if it could be some interesting, just press the like button, give a commentary, positive or negative, everywhere. I just want to chat with somebody and practice my language skills. It is necessary for me to grow up. I know that it is my only first attempt to do that, but I will I will try to do my best, and I will just record another video and another video and another video, even if it could be unpopular, if it could be something like in bad quality, in bad sound. I will try. I'm not like YouTube freaks. I I understand that I could not do such a things like some girls do in Instagram on or OnlyFans, but I am interesting and I am valuable because of my language talent and language skills. I know I could sound maybe too ambitious, but I need to try this. Maybe it is my path to something better, and really, when I just tell this, I feel better. I feel really better, and I feel like worries and some hardships are far away from me. I don't know. If I will have more subscribers or fans or someone who just want to talk to me, but I want to find positive moments in this life and in everything that people could do to other people in good way. If you are an artist, if you are a writer, if you are just an ordinary worker, please write me something, even 1 or 2 or 3 words to support, maybe to tell me some interesting story about you. It is really interesting to know the life of all people like puzzles, and I will tell you another interesting story. I'm a fan of traveling by train, and not often, but sometimes I met really interesting people who just glad to tell something about their lives, and when they talk about their best moments, their eyes they just glittering, they just I don't know how to say, not survive, but they just live these moments again and again and again, and I could read the happiness on their faces, and some good aspects and smile, and it is really good. I am not an instance, I'm not the last instance to talk to, but if you hear this, just hang on. You are not alone in this world, and even if you have a very bad moment in your life, really a terrible hardship, you are not alone. The different people have some similar moments in their life, because there are no differences between people, and no difference between language, between some border, any other criteria. I could understand I could understand every person in the world who could communicate with me. I met with a person from Bangladesh. I met with the native speaker from England. I met some people from Australia, from Norway, even from some I don't know what this place could be, some a very far away, in German we could say Dorf, village, because it was a woman. I don't remember her name, but when I told her that I'm from Russia, she could not just recognize this place. She just asked, "Where is it?" Uh, and I told that our capital is Moscow, and she didn't understand that. It was really surprising, but all happens in our world. All could be, and miracles too. So I think we all could do a really good amount of miracles to other people and to us. So let's just unite and do good things. Not they could be not big ones, but just say hi, just say hello, just do a compliment of health to the people who deserve it, or to every people. It is the way that leads to it could just add a plus to your karma, as we could say. So I think that this video was interesting. If it is so, just press the like button, leave a commentary, positive or negative, and share it with your friends, and I will make another video about some problems and maybe some an important question, and the last thing for today, it would be a miracle for me if any of this person who could see this video will write me a letter, an original paper letter with his or her handwriting in English. It could be really good. So I will just leave my email address to link with me, and in the answer I would get my index and just post address, and it will be really good too, because I am a person who likes to send paper letters. So, thank you very much. Stay safe. Don't worry about something. Make a smile to other people. Love your relatives, and remember, our purpose in the end to hug the whole world, and we could do that. Thank you very much.